Hi, welcome to the Rapid Profit Booster Summit. I'm Stacey Hylen, your host for the summit. I am a business coach, author, speaker, and I help business owners add an extra zero to their business without the hustle. And that's what this summit is all about, of how you can add profits to your business quickly and easily. We're not talking about strategies that take 6 months or a year to implement. These are things that are quick, that you can do this week, this month, and increase your sales quickly. We're going to be focusing on 3 key areas that you need. First of all, the mindset. As a former Tony Robbins coach and vice president of consulting, I know how important that mindset is to help you get your business growing and to make that switch to say, you know what, I can grow my profits now, no matter what the economy is doing. Then we're going to be delving into marketing and what you can be doing to separate yourself from the competition and get leads right now. And then the third area is sales. How, once you get that lead in the door, what can you do to convert more leads to clients? So we have business owners that I'm interviewing that have multi-million-dollar businesses, and they are going to be sharing their best strategies with you. So listen in. They're short, they're sweet, they're to the point. Take notes, and more importantly, take action. Welcome to Rapid Profit Boosters. I'm so excited to have you here today because what we are doing at Rapid Profit Boosters is helping you increase your profits as quickly as possible, no matter what the economy is doing. And today I have with us powerhouse Susan Hyatt. I'm very excited to have her here with us today. She is a master certified life and business coach and one of the world's leading voices on mindset, motivation, and how to become unstoppable. And I absolutely love her. She's been featured on national TV and in magazines like the Oprah Magazine. She's spoken at the country's largest TEDx conference, and she helps women and some men, really cool men, make more money and have a life that is awesome. So welcome, Susan. I'm so excited to have you here with us today.
I am so delighted to be here because I love to talk about profits. I always say the proof's in the profit. So You're all about that.
And the thing I love about you is that this year has not turned out, the way everybody was thinking. And it doesn't matter when people are watching this, because I think this happens all the time. Every time it's December 31st, we think the next year is going to be our year.
Yeah.
Like this one didn't count. We're going to get a do-over next year.
Yep.
And what you've done this year is really turn people on their heads of like, okay, how can we make sales? How can we make money? How can we make a difference no matter what's going on in the world? So I wanted to talk about that today because you're saying we can make sales inevitable even during tough times.
I actually would go so far as to say, especially during tough times. I think that if you are an entrepreneur and you create your own wealth, you don't get the luxury of deciding that you'll just wait until 2021 or 2022, like you were saying, to make a difference in other people's lives. Often some of the most innovative and profitable ideas happen in the worst of times. And so when 2020 started to unravel here in the United States, we were a little later than the rest of the world acknowledging the pandemic. And for us, it was really March when the writing was on the wall of what was happening worldwide. And understandably, entrepreneurs started to panic. Because there was a shutdown and people were not doing business the way we were used to people doing business. And now we're in the midst of an election and a Supreme Court nomination. And it's typical human behavior, like you said, to say, oh, this hasn't been my year. I'm just going to wait. It's really diet mentality towards business. I'm just going to wait until January 1st to worry about this.
Right.
And
or wait till Monday, right?
right. On Monday, I'm going to start this new regimen. And the reality is that if we can pivot our minds from low quality thoughts and solutions to high quality thoughts and solutions, we can be lighthouses for everyone else who needs us. Things are difficult right now, but that doesn't mean that we aren't wired with the right brilliance to create something even better. And so one of the things I like to ask my clients to do is to really think about, who do you serve, the problem that you solve, and who do you serve, and what would feel like a miracle to your audience or your clientele right now. And so I know you have a pretty diverse group of people watching this, but what all of us have in common is that we serve clients. We have a business where we have customers that are struggling in some way. So what would feel like a miracle to them right now? Would it be changing the content that you're delivering, or changing the delivery of your usual content? And so for my company, it really has been a little bit of both. It has been acknowledging what's happening in the world, not denying what's happening in the world, but also delivering solutions to my audience in a way that's new and different. And so, for example, one of my biggest events of the year is something called Finish Strong, because finishing every year strong is always such a hot button for me. I'm like, don't roll up the sidewalks on your business, people, in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is where lots of businesses finally go into the black, you know? And so the fourth quarter is when it's go time. And I usually do a big Finish Strong conference in person. Can't do that this year. So we really put our heads together on how to deliver the highest quality virtual experience that we could. And I have to say, as much as I love being in person with people, it probably was the best Finish Strong event we've done.
Wow. Wow, yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, it was a great event. I attended. I loved it.
Thank you.
There's no yacht when we do it virtually. But
right. I missed the yacht. I'm not going to lie. I missed that yacht.
That's the fun part. But you didn't have to wear high heels. So your feet didn't hurt. But I think one of the things that I've seen you do throughout the year is that you, like you were saying, what is their problem and what feels like a miracle? And so what I've seen you do is you've been selling your stuff, but in a completely different way than anybody else is selling. So instead of selling your mastermind with like, here's my webinar to sell my mastermind,
right,
what you did is you're like, okay, what do my people need? And so you did webinars on, you know, getting funding for your business. You did webinars on how to do makeup for Zoom on your business, and dress for Zoom and all of that. And so like that was brilliant, because like the people that you serve needed how to look better on Zoom, right? And so you were providing a solution for them that then, you know, was like, oh my gosh, this woman can help me in so many ways, which I loved.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. I brought together a panel of experts on, you know, in the United States, there were some opportunities for entrepreneurs to get funding, the PPP and Small Business Administration loans. And it was all very confusing, and all of the information coming, of course, from our government officials was not, you know, clear. And so I put together a panel of experts to explain it to everyone in the best possible way to go about it. And you're right, like I put together lots of different things just to address the reality of the world that we're living in today. And it's panned out. It's panned out. That, you know, where I think a lot of people have really fixated with low quality thoughts and behaviors on, oh, it's difficult right now, no one has any money. It's not true. It's people are spending their money differently, and people have money though to invest to create a different business in the different world we're living in now.
So I think that's a good thing there of what you're saying of like the low quality thoughts and the high quality thoughts is like the low quality thought is that nobody has money. The world has stopped. People are, this happens, you know, every 20 years or so. I mean, this is not something new. I mean, the first time I did this Rapid Profit Booster event was in 2009 when the economy crashed last time. And I said, what can I do? It's funny that you said, what can I do that would seem like a miracle to my clients? It was like, well, let's look at how we could do Rapid Profit Booster instead of like a 1-year program to increase your sales. Let's look at what we can do right now. So I think the first thing is it starts in our head of going from that low quality to saying like people are investing. So what are some of the things that you've done in terms of, because I know you've done some innovative things with sales in this past year to help people say yes to themselves and invest in their businesses?
Well, like we mentioned before, I have been delivering online events that aren't just the typical webinar with slides. I've tried to create more events and experiences online. And I've also given people added incentives and bonuses, things that we might normally do, but the incentives and bonuses have changed to give added support to what's happening right now. So, for example, in one of my masterminds, we created something called a 6-week quick start that, like you said, rapid. People are interested in speed and efficiency right now. They want results pretty quickly. And so one of the things that we've done is address that. Okay, we have a quick start, basically on-ramp program to welcome you into our mastermind that's going to help you get the most out of it very quickly. So we have addressed things like how do we help them make sales inevitable right now with speed. So that's one way. And we've also one of the things that we've done is we've taken a real team approach with my company in helping our clients. So it moved from just me as the business coach offering them help to my entire team, my marketing agency. So our strategist, our Facebook ads person, our social media expert, our branding expert. I really brought everybody that helps me with my company into helping my clients as well. So I changed things from being more me one-on-one approach to a real squad approach.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's awesome, and it's really supports your clients. But what I saw is that even if you don't have a squad, you can do this, because I know last year when I took one of your programs, you had outside experts come in that were exactly what we needed. And so it doesn't need to be somebody you pay. Like I just invested in a program with one of the experts you brought in last year.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, it's a clockwork.
Yeah.
So that, that just shows like it's a win-win for everybody involved. Like I needed help clockworking, systematizing my business. The person came in, talked about clockwork, it turns into money. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, I have a whole team. You can't do this.
Right. You can bring in guest experts. And I do think that that's important because, we can't, as business owners, be the best at every single thing for our clients. And so I'm always like, who's smarter than me on this topic? Let me bring them in and like shower my people with their brilliance.
Yeah, and I love that. And so reaching out to your connections, I think, is even more important right now of like, okay, who do I have in my circle that could create miracles for my clients, put them together? And I think it all comes back to you, because you're doing good for somebody else, you're doing good for your clients. So it's just creating more and more wins for everybody.
Yeah. And I also think, making an effort, if you're watching this and thinking, I don't really have any connections, now is the time to start developing those relationships then, because, I'm always working to making new connections with smart, amazing business people because it just makes us better.
Right. And I think nowadays with Facebook groups and a lot of this online stuff, you can quickly and easily make connections if you really set your intention. Like for Rapid Profit Boosters, I knew I wanted mindset, I wanted marketing, and I wanted sales. And I had those people in my network. But when I did this event and my Business Optimizer Week, like 10, 12 years ago, I didn't know any of these people. And I just reached out. I mean, I had Mari Smith on my thing. I had all these amazing people because I asked. So, and I know you're a big asker.
Yes. I mean, I one of my favorite free mini challenges is called Ask for Everything. And I actually created Ask for Everything in a digital format that I'm happy to give your people the link to.
Oh, awesome.
But it's basically a training on how to ask, because my Southern mama used to say, if you don't ask, you don't get. And I've carried that through my whole, not being a jerk face about it, but asking for what we want. Women tend to not do that. And I'm really out to smash that.
Yeah, no, that is such an amazing program, and it's it really gets you into momentum, because once you ask for one scary thing, it's like, okay, I just asked Mari Smith and she said yes. Okay, who else am I going to ask? And it builds that courage muscle.
Right.
For sure.
The earth didn't swallow me whole when I asked for something. I survived. So now I can go on to the next one.
Exactly. And so tell me, I know you're really, really well known. I have your planner right here.
Oh, awesome. Yay. Thank you.
It's really awesome. It's go time. So if you guys need a planner for next year, grab it. And so you are known for something called 3, 2, 1. Can you?
Yes.
I think that would be a really good thing in terms of like getting sales quickly. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So prior to starting this company 14 years ago, I worked in residential real estate sales. And as a brand new realtor, they were like, go call people. You need to make 100 calls a week. And I remember being terrified to cold call, and I didn't want to. And I had this really fancy networking program called Top Gun. And I would just open the screen and sit at my desk and cry, quite honestly, because I didn't want to do that. And so I developed my own little baby step system called 3-2-1, which is basically I would write 3-2-1 at the top of my planner every day and made 3 phone calls, wrote 2 thank you notes, and would have 1 face-to-face every business day. And that helped me build a multiple 6-figure real estate business. I didn't have to make hundreds of cold calls like everybody else. And so in today's world, that might look like, it could be 3 emails. It could be your face-to-face, could be a Zoom coffee chat. 2 notes of gratitude just get you into the attitude of gratitude, of thanking people that you've reached out to for their time. And over doing that, for a few weeks, the people who actually do it, there's no question, smash their sales goals, because it's really just about organizing the way in which you reach out to people. And when you start doing 3-2-1 every day, then all of a sudden you start doing more than that because it's no big deal. But at a minimum, the baseline was 3-2-1. And so I integrated that into my planner because I wanted to have space to do it. And I still do it. When I was promoting my book, I did it. If I ever am launching something new, I do it. And it looks a little different than it did back in my old real estate days, but the premise is the same. And it's basically organizing and turtle stepping your networking.
That's awesome. And I think what's great about it is that it doesn't have to be this ginormous program that is very like forcing, and like you're forcing yourself to do it, plus you're forcing other people. And I feel like, doing it in a very simple way that is, I know like some of the habit books, they talk about like, what is that base minimum habit that you can do, right?
Right.
And so for myself, it's like, I choose to do 20 minutes a day, right? And so like, even if I have a headache, even if I feel icky, it's like I can do something for 20 minutes, and that is my minimum. Now, it's not to say that I don't do 45 minutes or an hour, or go for a 2-hour hike. But it's like that is the minimum. So I think 3-2-1 gets you into that momentum. And I think that's part of sales, is making you feel good. Like you had a conversation. Oh, I can do that again. Oh, I can do it again.
Right.
Versus like dreading it.
Right. And that's the thing that would happen. Like when you tell someone they have to make 100 cold calls, what typically happens is that people put it off and resist it and procrastinate. And then they spend like 10 hours doing it and they hate every minute. If you just do 3-2-1 every single day, it's baked into your normal practices. And like you said, now it's like no big deal to me. I mean, 0, no big deal at all. And we have a whole sales process with following up with people. And it really is, sales is nothing more than explaining to people how you can help solve their problem. And when we stop thinking about it as this manipulative coercion and more in terms of service, it really changes everybody's attitude around it. And I could talk about that all day long too, but
Yes, you and I both, because it's really about serving the other person, not about serving ourselves. And as soon as you have that shift, I always tell my clients, if you think of sales, they say, oh, I think of, Carmen on the car lot. I think of these people pushing, and I think of those people in my inbox now. The modern equivalent is the people sliding in your DMs to sell you when they don't even know what you do. And they're like, "Oh, Susan, can I offer you some life coaching?" And you're like, "Yeah, she's a leader in that. So like maybe you want to like look at her page first."
I know, please visit someone's profile first.
Yes. And so I think when you shift to saying, okay, well, what is serving? And when I ask clients this in workshops, they always say, "Oh, it feels good. It feels like helping. It feels positive. It feels like flow." And so if you think, okay, how can I help people? Going back to what you said at the beginning, like what would feel like a miracle to my clients, and come at it from that way. Like after this session here, like get your journal out, get a piece of paper, get a whiteboard, whatever you need, and journal that out. Like what do they need? What do they want? And what would feel really awesome, like a miracle to them? And then 3, 2, 1 it.
3, 2, 1 it. I consistently have transformed my programs by asking that question every quarter and updating what we're delivering based on the answer to that question. And it's a game changer.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Well, thank you so much. This has been awesome. Where can people find you on the internet? And I know you said you have a free gift that you wanted to share with them.
Yeah. So we'll shoot you the link to that. Okay. I have a brand new website I'm very proud of at shyatt.com. That's the main online hub for me. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram quite a bit at Susan Hyatt. And so I also have a podcast called Rich Coach Club, and it's all about selling. And then I also have a YouTube show called Go Time TV. So you can find me in all those places.
Yes. And she puts out such great, energizing content. It's the kind of thing that I have my cell phone, and like when I'm cooking, like I'll put on a podcast or something like that, and just, or when I'm doing my makeup in the morning. But it's like, take some time to really like motivate yourself in these short doses and keep that up, because that's really important. Right. So I will put all the links below. So everybody make sure to follow Susan. And there's a lot of shenanigans that are fun too.
There are. I'm not going to lie.
So thank you so much. And remember, everybody, don't just learn, implement. I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I did. But just watching these interviews are not going to get you the results that you want. In order to get that boost in profits, you need to take action and implement. So I want you to take a minute now, write down on your calendar what you're going to do, highlight in your notes the great action steps you identified, and put it on the calendar right now. Now, if you need some additional support in growing your business, then reach out to me for a free session at staceyhylen.com. We will help you add a zero to your business without the hustle. In the last 20 years, I have worked with business owners just starting their business at a zero, to people from 6 to 7 figures, people from 7 to 8 figures, even working with clients to go all the way from 6 figures, 8 figures in their business without the hustle. And that's a key component, because who wants to work 1,000,000 hours to make money and then have no life left? So if you would like some help with that, then go to staceyhylen.com and book a free session. No obligation, no pressure. We're going to help you figure out what are the next steps for you.